talking about getting a GED so you can get a better job, or even just finish your education as a whole. My mom, she did a lot of research to figure out that we needed to go to a adult education center to figure out like the GED, which it was also shared with a probation center. So when we got in, I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork. It's basically like an entrance exam to a school. The program I was in also was connected to a college, so I can go straight into college after I finished my GED. Once I finished that, me and my mom was brought to a table where, I don't know if she's a secretary or office, I don't know what you call those people. But yeah, she took us to this desk that was right into the lobby. The GED center is really small, like everywhere is just really small. And she brought us in, just to the table because it was right there with the computer. And she put up a presentation talking about the program, about what I need to do to graduate, all the stuff I needed, just like the whole overview. It was pretty long, but she went through each slide really fast, but she was just breezing through it. This is what you need. You're gonna need to come up here this day. If you have a job, we have things for you. If you don't have any food, we have SNAP, stuff like that. So we got that. And I won't lie, the entire time I was super nervous because, it's something new. I've never done this before. I'm used to school where there's people that's your age. So after we did that, next day I came in, I took all my TABE tests. She brought me to a separate room and also met the teacher. She was new. She hadn't been into the facility for longer than a few days. And so, to be honest, my whole journey, she wasn't really a part of it like that. I more so took it upon myself to research and ask a lot of questions, be curious and care about it a lot. She was there for support, but most of the time I had to figure this stuff out myself. She left at a certain time, so and I stayed about 5 hours. I stayed from about 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Since, I was at home all the day, I just wanted to stay up my 5 hours so I could get my time out. But yeah, I took my TABE test, met the teacher, and I passed, I think, everything except my math. And I think your score is supposed to be like a 520 or 420. I'll put all the information on the screen, but you're supposed to have a certain amount of score, and that shows that you're ready to take your GED. Once I took those tests, they let me know my score, and they told me that I would have to be up there, I think, for 20 or 40 hours just because I failed my math. And I remember thinking, like, what the heck? And if you don't take anything from this video, I just want you to know, you need to really, don't matter about the entire thing, all the steps. Like I said, I was trying to think how many steps I gotta do. I'm not that person that likes to just get stuff done. But take everything a step at a time and don't focus on the big picture. Because all it's gonna do is make you overwhelmed. And I, for a perfectionist mindset, was I don't think I even passed the test because I didn't get 100%, which really is not about 100%. It's about getting the amount of points to get past it and get out. So just after taking that math test and hearing that, I felt really bad. By the end of the day, 40 hours wasn't anything. I needed to study my stuff anyway. So I used all that, I think 20 or 40 hours for an entire week. I split it up, like I said, I was there for about 5 hours. So by the end of the week, that was 25? No, because there was not, on Tuesday, they bring the prisoners in. And so we couldn't come in on Tuesday. So it was Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think I spent 5 hours on each of those days. So that was, 20 hours right there? I spent that entire week. The first day, the teacher, like I said, she tried to tell me to do all these pre-tests. What I found is you don't need to take the pre-test. Once after I took the TABE test, they have this online thing called Aztec, and they basically already put whatever they want to place you in. So if I had those other scores in my English, they put me in book 5 already into the on the online program. Like I said, they give you everything you need to just get it. Then obviously I heard about wage. So I think on Tuesday that's what I actually did was my wage. Because with that program, they're trying to make sure that you're overall able to get a job and also sustain yourself. So they made us these lesson things that talked about how to get a job, how to fill out a resume, how to get a car, how to what's another one? Relationship advice, how to take care of your money, how to budget. It was a lot of stuff. So once you get a job, you're set for life. This was perfect, wonderful. I don't even know how to. It was awesome. So I did that for on Tuesdays, and I couldn't go up there. I didn't spend my entire day. It only took 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours. So me putting all my time. I did all the stuff. And told me if I didn't get 80%, I had to redo everything, which was fine. You just rewatch the videos. They slideshow things. Super simple. All it is really is just focusing yourself and saying, I'm going to do this, and just doing it. Even if you make a mistake, you're going to do it again and do it again and do it again, because there is no point in failing. There is nothing you can mess up on because you're already trying to reach that GED. There's nothing else that you can lose. I think Wednesday I came in and they had the supervisor, the person I was head over GED, wonderful lady. She helped me put all my stuff into Canvas. from Aztec, like take a screenshot of all my scores and my typing tests, all that stuff like that into there. She was asking me already what I wanted to do, which I told her I want to be a teacher. And so she to my age, and I'm 17, you know, all the daycare stuff is only open to your 18 to make sure they don't get any legal stuff happening to them. Like, if you accidentally hurt a child, it's gonna go on them. And so they don't want anybody that's less than, but younger than 18. So it just didn't work out. So she just told me I needed to, you know, take my time to do certificates. And I'm already was trying to do stuff like Spanish certificates about mental health and other stuff for the kids, working on myself, obviously, getting my money, keep working my job that I have right now. But yeah, I did that, and then I started working on my math, which I think happened like a little bit towards the end of the week. English, like I said, since it already was something I already knew, I just kind of just read some more stuff, and I took these tests for the actual GED, and they told me what page to go on my actual GED so I can study. But with that, really, all you do is you just go online and take some tests, or use the books that they already have there. Like I said, they already had a bunch of GED. Like, these are filled with just GED books. I don't know if I can get a picture of it for you guys, but it's just wherever they tell you to place that, just do a couple of those. Don't do the entire book. I did like one chapter for my math. For my English, I barely did a chapter. But just to kind of just brush you up and just see where you need to study a little bit more. But you don't go crazy with it. You're already passing, so you're just trying to, you know, keep your brain up there. So then when it came to my math, like I said, I hated that, so that's why I was really procrastinating. So I did it last, which is fine. I still passed, obviously. I got this book. It's called the TABE 10 or TABE 3, whatever it was my score was. I got that book, and I did the entire chapter for I think 2 or 3 days, maybe that whole week, the next week. I can't remember. I'll show you a screenshot or a video of my notes of how I did it, but I did that. I did the whole chapter. It was extremely hard. I had to do about fractions. I know everybody hates fractions, decimals, all that stuff. That's what I worked on. And I'm telling you guys, when I say you don't have to do this whole book and learn and be crazy because stuff, you don't. All you're really learning is so that you need to pass the test and move on with your life. There was a bonus if you did get like a 600, you could get like these scholarships. But at the end of the day, I'm already gonna get scholarships, and that all I was gonna do was stress me out. So I didn't do it. I didn't pass, like, to get to high school. I was right there though, but it's all good. So I studied that whole chapter for about 2 or 3 days. People kept coming in, so I like being a teacher. Whenever I had extra time, I would see the older people that would come in for help. And like I said, she was a woman there that was a teacher. Was not really. She also this. I just helped where I could, and also now I volunteer still now. But she'll get there. I know she needs me, so she'll get there. But just yeah, I would study the math. Like I said, I did fractions, converting fractions to decimals, converting decimals to fractions, long division, like getting back on that. I actually got this thing called xtramath. I used to do it in middle school. I remembered it at the right. Thank God I remembered that. But I did that for my basic stuff, like 1 times 2, 2 times 3, like just to get like, you know, like a fast program. And I also use Khan Academy a little bit. Like if I didn't know something, the whole point is if you don't know something, look it up, find somewhere that you can learn it, and then come back to the book, whatever. But don't be too crazy on subscribing to something, paying money, and all that stuff. You don't have to do that. You don't. You're just looking to know how to do something so you can do it on the text and move on with your life. So after I did that chapter, I did it, and then also I didn't know something. If I got like a low score, I would keep redoing it until I got like a passing, like an 80% or 90%, to make sure I understood it, and then I moved on to the next topic. But yeah, so I did that, and then afterwards, I told them I was ready to take my GED practice test. So with that, I think they had to like make me an account or something like that. So I took those on during that week or the next week. Like I said, this was like 2 months, like a month ago, so it's kind of hard to remember. But yeah, afterwards, I took my GED practice test. I'm telling you, those questions on there are crazy. They're gonna be asking you, why is the sky color blue? And all types of stuff. Like they tell you that it's a practice. Like I don't even know how it passed, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I think it's just more about taking the question and seeing what is it asking me and just do it. And if you don't know anything, I'll do the trick I learned from an ACT seminar thing in high school where it said if you don't know a question, have a already predetermined letter that you're gonna go on. So if you do not know the answer, you just click that. For example, you know how this A, B, C, D, and E or whatever the case may be. Pick already before you take the test. What letter am I gonna do if I don't know the answer? For me, I think it was A or B. So every time I didn't know the answer, I pick A or B, A, or I can always say A, if I didn't know the answer. Or if I didn't, like a number, you had to put something, type something in. I just put something random that kind of made sense in there, and I'll move on. Don't overthink anything, because especially you have a time limit on those two. So I did that, and that was about it. Passed the test, and I was like, what. I didn't even think I would, but like I said, it's just about what do they ask you. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be crazy stuff on there, but take your time. And if you can't bring water and some kind of sugar or anything with you, like gum, also do that and just take your time. Go on a day that you don't have anything planned, everything's just slow, just go and take your time. So I did that, took all of them, I passed them, and I think I passed my math barely, but it was what I needed. Then I had to do my GED stuff. The GEDs were actually serious. They had to take a day, I think, in between to actually even take it. So I couldn't do all of my GED tests on the same day. I think I had to do like an English one day, have a day in between, and then do my language or something, writing, another day, and my math another day. But it didn't matter. Time was on my hands. I wasn't like doing anything. So it didn't matter. Like I said, it's just about taking each step at a time. I didn't think about, am I going to pass my math? I just focused on my English at the moment. And so I took my GED English. Like I said, I always bring me like some water with some salt. Like I put iodine in my water, but just something for energy, or like a Propel or LMNT, anything just for energy. Like I said, gum, sugar. It did make me lock on my phone and like other stuff in my water. I could have to keep it. So yeah, if you have to use the bathroom, go to the bathroom. I'm telling you, even if you don't think you have to go to the bathroom, trust me, you will need to go to the bathroom. And they won't on the test let you go to the bathroom because there's a timer going down. And I knew that, but I was like, whatever. And I had to pee like halfway through the test, so I was really just clicking A through the test because I was like, I have to use the bathroom and I obviously can't go. And my testing center is really lenient. Like I'm telling you, when they have rules, they wouldn't really go by it a lot of the time, which I honestly didn't care as a student, but like they didn't have anybody in the testing room with me. I mean, there's nothing you can really do, but like they didn't have anybody else sitting there, like I said, on the paper, like, hey, somebody needs to be with you, make sure you're not cooking anything crazy. And yeah, everybody was pretty nice. But something happened where the test was shut off and I'll freak out, I'm like, I do not want to think I was doing anything. They would just walk back in, like I said, the two ladies up front, and they were just like, oh yeah, here, put myself back in and everything was fine. So yeah, I did that, took my GED test, and I passed those. Like I said, I had a lot of low self-esteem. I was like, I'm not gonna pass this. I'm thinking about it, if I'm a good student at school and I know this information, as long as I can pass it, like it doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, if you don't learn anything, guys, take it one step at a time. It's not about getting 100% on there. It's just about getting to passing so you can get out of there or figure out what you need to learn so you can learn it and move on. So that's it. After I took that day, that same day, it was on Friday, I took my GED practice test and my GED on the same exact day. For my math, the last day, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this on Monday. I want it to be exactly 3 weeks, and it was. I started that Friday of January 26th, and I finished 3 weeks from, like exactly 3 weeks from then. And like I said, people, like to give you comparison, people are there for years. I finished my wage in one day, and I spent the next day just putting me in a computer, which I wouldn't even count as wage. I mean, that was about it. So right now I actually love them so much. I did my CPR. I'm doing my CPR training right now for daycare and stuff like that, because I'm actually, why not take CPR? So I'm doing that. And same thing, applies to that. So, practicing just a video looking at my notes right here. You're gonna have to come early too. I know people don't like to wake up, but after kind of having that routine of not waking up from leaving school, I just had to set my alarm and just kind of get myself up. But that's how that happened. So it's not a big deal. Once you get in there, if you have obviously I don't know where you are, so make sure you look at, do your research and figure out where I need to go for your local center. But pretty much it's pretty simple. They'll tell you what you need to do to pass. A lot of questions you have, like I was scared to ask, just ask them. They have people that come in that don't ask questions, that actually get in this program and don't do anything. I actually was seeing people come in and they'll be like, yeah, I'm here. I'll be here for 3 weeks or something like that. I was able to see like firsthand. They don't come back. People don't come back or actually do this stuff. So they're happy to ask questions. They actually I guess they mad as we need more students like you. And it wasn't because they were trying to be, pump me up or anything like that. But honestly, a lot of these kids here are really rude and don't do the work. They're there because their parents forced them to be there because they obviously dropped out of high school and they didn't want to come back. A lot of them were country people, like kids that, don't go to school, and there's kids that have to be homeschooled. Because once you do the GED, 16, you can go straight to college. I'm 17, but it's just crazy to think how at the beginning I told myself I wanted to be done with school early, and I did all of this and to come back to it at the end of the day, and here I am making this video. So if you right now want to take the next step to get this GED, obviously it's a 2020 book, but you will get the one out or Excel, I wouldn't even say get the book. I would just say ask them what you need, because they already have all the resources for you. They had a GED book for me. Now, they did say you cannot take any books with you at home, and that makes sense because a lot of these people won't bring this stuff back. But, I mean, go up there, figure out what you need to do, and just do it. Don't think, like I said, about what about the GED test? They're going to have you take some tests beforehand to make sure, because if you're getting paid for it too, that's another thing. They need to know that you are committed, because a lot of these students, like I said, come in, they aren't committed. Like the majority of them that come in, that you're going to see in the classroom with you, and I really, they're you consider classmates, but everybody's on their own walk, because they're not trying to get their GED, you know, but you're not, there's not lessons at the same time. But the classroom is really small. Like, you just come in, do what you need to do, take the tests you need to take, study what you need to study, ask questions that you need help on, and you move on with your life. Thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch it and taking the time to care about your education and getting a higher job and just finishing it off, so you're not technically dropping out of high school. You're not a failure, because what, aren't you doing things with your life? You took a step of watching this video. So you would be much of a hypocrite to not just look up and figure out where you need to be to go even to begin starting. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in the next one.